Hello, welcome to the Mythology Manifest. For today's video, I'm going to be talking about Norse, Viking and Scandinavian myths, but this video is going to be on one of the gods. Possibly the most well-known Norse god now thanks to Marvel, it is Thor, the god of thunder. I hope you enjoy it. So, Thor was the favourite son of the king or chief of the gods, Odin, and a giantess whose name was Fjörgyn. The day Thursday comes from his name and also the word Torsdag, meaning Thunder Day or Thor's Day. In Scandinavian and Germanic countries, it is called Donnerstag, which also means Thunder Day, as it comes from the word Donner, which was the name of Thor in many Germanic countries. Two of Santa's reindeer are also called Donner and Blitzen, which translates to English as thunder and lightning. And that is why Thor is associated with thunder, lightning, oak trees and strength. And Thor was also viewed as the strongest of all of the gods, and the protector of mankind in Midgard, which we know as Earth. I will be discussing the different names of the different realms in a later video. Thor lived in the realm of the gods called Asgard with his wife, the Norse goddess of wheat, fertility and family, Sif. And they lived together in a palace called Thrudheim, which means place of might. It was said to be the biggest house in Asgard with 540 rooms. Thor and Sif lived there with their two children, Trud and Modi, and a stepson named Ulla who Thor adopted. Thor also had a son named Magni via adultery with a giantess called Jarnsaxa. And because of this, I see a lot of similarities between Thor and Zeus from Greek mythology, who was constantly cheating on his wife, and Sif and Hera, who just constantly forgive their husbands for cheating on them. Thor also had two goats, named Tanngnjóstr and Tanngrisnir, meaning teeth bearer and teeth grinder, who pulled his chariot across the sky. The wheels of the chariot and the goat's hoofs can be heard in the sky on Midgard, which the mortals there came to know as thunder and lightning. On one day, Thor and his brother, the trickster god Loki, went down to Midgard and spent the night on a mortal farm. Thor killed the two goats gently, being careful not to break their bones, as he planned to resurrect them, and they would not be able to run or fly if any bones were broken. And after he'd killed them, he shared the meat with the family who owned the farm, in a generous gesture, but one of the children of the family, a boy named Thialfi, was greedy and broke one of the bones to suck out the bone marrow. When Thor resurrected the goats the next morning, he saw one was limping and found out what the boy had done. In anger, he demanded that Thialfi and his sister Roskva become his and Sif's servants on Asgard. The parents could not disagree with a god, and so Thor and Loki returned to Asgard with the two children. I doubt the children minded though, considering that they were taken to the realm of the gods which very few mortals ever got to see, and they also got to live in a house with 540 rooms, so it's not much of a punishment. As most people know, be it from mythology or Marvel films, Thor carries a hammer, which is called Mjölnir, which means to crush. The hammer was forged by the dwarfs Brokkr and Eitri, and was viewed as one of the most frightening and powerful weapons in the Norse world. It was believed that it could send out lightning bolts and was capable of tearing down mountains. And it was also said that Mjölnir could hit any target, and that after the target was hit, the hammer would return to Thor's right hand all by itself. The hammer could be used to kill and destroy, but it could also be used to revive people or animals, which is what Thor used to resurrect his goats. Thor's hammer can also be shrunken to fit inside of his shirt, and Mjölnir was used both in birth and death ceremonies, like christenings and funerals. Thor also had other blessed items, such as iron gauntlets called Járnglófar, and a belt called Megingjörð, which translates to English as power belt, which I think sounds a little less impressive. These other items made him twice as strong when he was wearing them, which is why he was viewed as the strongest of the gods. While Thor is thought to be the strongest of the gods, he was never said to be the smartest or wisest, and many giants took pleasure in this, as did other gods, and they took great pleasure in teasing and fooling him as much as they could. The reason the giants loved teasing and fooling Thor so much was because he was very ill-tempered and easily angered, so he would lose his temper in a funny way quite quickly. The teasing often resulted in Thor grabbing his hammer in Mjölnir and hitting them over the head with it. There were many times, however, when Thor was not teased by the giants, but angered by them, and the god got so angry that his hammer would spark with lightning and crash with thunder in his grip. This terrified the giants, and chills ran down their spines whenever it happened, and Thor always knew that he had the upper hand because of his hammer. He faced and killed many of the giants throughout history, usually when protecting Midgard or his honour. Mjölnir was once stolen by a giant whose name was Trym, spelled Trym, and this giant said that the price for Thor getting it back would be the Goddess Freya, who the giant wanted to marry. Thor left looking defeated, but later the Goddess Freya was given to Trym. Midway through the wedding ceremony, which many giants had attended, it was revealed that this Freya was actually Thor in disguise. Mjölnir flew into Thor's hand out of Trym's, and Thor punished Trym with the hammer, either by torturing, killing, or trapping him. It depends on which myth you read. And that is all of the essential information about Thor that you need. I'll be doing more videos on him where I focus on the myths and stories surrounding him rather than just who he is and what he has, but I find it's best to have a little background knowledge to understand the character. Let me know if you agree or not down in the comments. This video will be joining my previous two, Norse Mythology and Introduction, and Fenrir, Devourer of the Sun, in my Norse Mythology Manifest playlist, so please feel free to check those out, as well as my Greek myths, reviews and mini-myths playlists. If you enjoyed this video, please like or subscribe, and please comment any videos you would like to see in the future, and follow this channel's Twitter, which there is a link to in the description below. Let's keep classics alive. I will see you next time on the Mythology Manifest.